Thanks, Jesus. Okay, so section 4, which is the last section that we have to complete before we get to the your strategy piece. So before we get to section 4, I just want to remind you guys that in section 3, we had this really great conversation about syllabi and how everyone's using their syllabus. And I found out a couple key points that I wanted to share back out with the group. One is I went back and because we were talking about, well, do we really have to use the institution framework for how to create a syllabi? So apparently from the equity conversation that we had in spring, it would have been, the institution has been revising the template syllabi. So I just received it. I'm looking through it. I'd like to be able to put it up on the canvas for everybody. I'm trying to understand if you have to have all elements or just pieces of the elements, because it is a little lengthy, longer than what I'm used to seeing the syllabus look like. I see, Leah, you shaking your head too. So I usually, in my mind, syllabuses are very quick and like a good way to just explain things quickly.
Yeah. And the low literate students can't read half of what we're supposed to include, so
Yeah.
it's a little dodgy, you know.
So I'm working with Marnie's group on just kind of determining, like, well, what pieces do they actually have to have versus is nice to have? Because I know it was a really, really valuable discussion, and I loved to see that everyone was so passionate about their own syllabus. I thought that was awesome. So I don't want you to think I've forgotten. It's just a little bit of a longer conversation than I intended.
Yeah, I did, Cassandra. I did also meet with Marnie on syllabus on that. And because I was just cycling over, I did get permission to deviate from the standard template on it. And what I did is I moved my grading policy and a lot of those other things completely out of the syllabus, made the syllabus more warning. It used those as different read pages in Canvas. So that way, once they get in, then they're digesting the reading or the homework or the other things. And I actually took them out of that syllabus.
That's great.
And staggered it. That way I got my syllabus down to really, I think, less than 3 pages. Basically, here's what we're covering, here's what we're doing. I'm really excited to have you here. You're awesome. And then moved all the nuts and bolts, all the 3100 stuff, all the other stuff, still in the required check I've read pages. And I use a quiz in Canvas to see what's this covers. What does this talk about in 3100? What does this talk about in the syllabus? What days do we how's it great? So I refer back to those other pages, but I got them out of the syllabus. So
Right.
that way it's really more digestible. Tucked to the syllabus could just be that excitement. Now let's get into the course.
For sure. And I think that's what I just need Marnie's group and then also the executive team just to weigh in on, because I think everyone should have that grace to be able to do that, because it is really, it is a lot. Again, I think when you're looking at a syllabus, it's supposed to be very quick, like, you know, the basic pieces, maybe a little bit on who you are as an instructor or how the class is going to go.
Right.
And ours is just really long. And I don't know if there's a rationale for that or not. But that's good to know, Brian. I might use that as an example as I continue to go through this.
Right, and I'm happy to share that with you, Cassandra, or whatever. I mean, by no means a great writer, and there's plenty of room for improvement, but that's how I staggered it and set it up.
Maybe we can use, because I know that's the other thing, we want to get examples up on the Canvas. So if you have something that you'd like to share, please let me know so I can get it up there.
Yeah.
And then I have some examples as well, but I wanted to be able to get the new template up for you guys.